like to speak, when I speak, I like to boil things down, you know, to make it real simple. So homogenization pretty much is throwing everybody into the same pot, you know, and we have different levels of it. We can have it, oh, well, you know, I'm Spanish, so as a Spanish person, you know, this is my culture and this is the way I behave. Oh, I'm black, so, you know, I'm a black man, so this is the way I'm supposed to behave. I'm a white woman, and this is the way I'm supposed to behave. You know, society, you know, tells us we're supposed to follow a certain order so we don't get into accidents, or so we don't hurt each other, or so we don't bump into each other too hard, you know. So homogenization was needed, I would say, back in a time when we were more so like baby souls walking the earth, and we needed to kind of understand who we, you know, by looking at other people and kind of pinging off of each other, we were kind of, you know, growing. So with the human design, it kind of breaks the homogenization process because you understand that it's okay and it's safe to be an individual. You know, it's okay to stand up for who you are and to follow your own direction and to follow your bliss or to follow your happiness. So homogenization is one thing. It's I would say it's more so tribal. You know, it's this tribal thing that we got going on where, you know, it's like, oh, well, this is my tribe, these are my people, I don't want to leave my people. You know, you don't want to, you know, make it. It's kind of like the syndrome where they say the athlete or the famous rich man, when he finally makes it, he kind of turns his back on his family or his people. Well, that's kind of a trick to kind of keep you in the bubble or to keep you in the box. You know, in all actuality, if your family is your real family, if your friends is your real friend, then they'll understand your expansion. They'll support you in your individuality, because as you become an individual, if you're doing it the right way and you're working with service to others as opposed to service to self, then you'll be able to, you know, have an effective effect on the reality, you know, in a positive manner, and we all can experience the abundance and the prosperity. But you have to know that you specifically, each and every one of you have a specific purpose. You are here to be recognized, and you do have a plan. You didn't come here without a plan. You're not lost. At this point in the game, if you're just waking up to this knowledge, then this is where you wrote it in that eternal script that you wrote before you came here. You wrote this part in at this age, at this time. So now you just, you know, if you're here, which I know you are, just be here now, take the information, and then we can roll with it, and you can experience the expansion. Because the planet is expanding. But not only just the planet, it's more so of our consciousness expanding, which is allowing us to see a lot more within the reality. So when I say the planet is expanding, I really mean your mind, the inner self, the inner. I believe each and every one of us is a planet. So as you expand more within, your planet expands. So, i.e., we hear of new continents, or we got new stars popping up in the constellation. This is the part of the expansion.
Like, one of the really trippy examples of homogenization is this idea they used to say all men are created equal, you know, and then the country let women vote and so forth and all that. We have this idea, though, that all humans are created equal. We are all expressions of source, and in that sense, we are all equal. You know, we are all equally loved, we are all equally forgiven, we are all equally valuable in the light of love. But equal in terms of role, equal in terms of talents, equal in terms of soul age, absolutely not. We're not created equal, we're created unique.
Yes.
And there is a real weird trick that's happening because everyone's saying equality, equality, equality. Well, if you're going to be cogs in a machine, then equality is important, because if one dies, you can just quickly replace it with another, and none of them have really value because they're all equal and replaceable. But none of us are replaceable. I mean, our designs are so particular and peculiar, and our souls chose these specific designs because we came here to do something that's much bigger than what the Matrix tells us is important. And this is a system to get your mind to see that all these hits you were getting from your soul all along are real, and you're not making it up, and that voice is a real thing. It is very powerful, and it can guide you to the promised land. But you're gonna have to find enough courage in yourself to I don't even want to say anything like against, to continue doing what is correct for you while the rest of the people around you begin to wake up to this type of information. I'm not saying everybody even needs to know human design, but there's a lot of very new stuff like this coming up.
Yes.
In the collective, and once you step into your power, it's like what Matt Kahn said, beautiful quote, people would rather be angry than confused. And when you start being your true self, and you take off the mask that your whole family agreed everyone would wear, or your pastor said to wear, or your teachers, or your coach, or your spouse, when you take that off, it can shock people. So we're also going to add a little bit tonight about, just the social aspect of this information, because you become an outlier. But we need, we don't want to be the only outliers, and thank goodness we're not, because so many people are into this. But once you get into this level of working, that things like competition and that type of stuff, it totally goes out the window, because guess what? Nobody can be this Michelle Gaza character.
Yes.
I have to be this Michelle Gaza character, because if I don't be her, there is nobody else who can do it. So if I'm not living for me and my path, who's going to do that?
It's important to understand just the importance, like you say, the importance of each and every individual person. And I like to use the analogy of the puzzle, and it's like the reality that we live in is like a huge, colorful puzzle.
Yes.
And each and every one of us, we represent a different color. And it's okay that you're brown and you're not red, or you're red and you're not yellow. So it's important, and it's okay to know that you can be who you're meant to be, and the answers are here. I like to call this prayed for information, because a lot of us prayed for this information. A lot of us prayed to find, a lot of us, we went inside to really look and try to figure out what it is that we're here to do, and what direction it is that I'm supposed to really go in life. So tonight, hopefully, we're going to give you some answers to some of those questions.